One of my favorite things in the world to do is watch Friends. I know it's been off for years and years. It's not even around, but I still find myself binge watching old episodes. And I was thinking about this today and thinking, it's the predictability of the friends in the circle, right? You have Chandler with his quirkiness, Monica with her type A of just everything has to be so neat and tidy and organized. It's Phoebe's ability to make you laugh at her silly songs. Ross always comes in with those smart comments, and Joey and him and his food, like it is just so hilarious. And of course, Rachel, she just brings everybody together. And it's just such this beautiful, cohesive team of people. And it's why I wanted to come on and share with you today that I have an opportunity for you to find your friends in the content creation space. So if you are thinking about creating your first or your next digital course, I don't want you to miss this opportunity because Amy Porterfield just opened the doors for registration for her Course Confident Bootcamp. And I'm actually offering a special bonus for anyone that registers for the Course Confident Bootcamp through my special link. So I want you to go to crystalprofit.com/Amy-bootcamp to register. That's crystalprofit.com/Amy-bootcamp. And what you're going to find when you get there is I have this special bonus private podcast series. It's called Money Mindset for Creators. So I want you to go register for Amy's Bootcamp, download the podcast, and immediately start listening to it, because what this training is set up to do is to help you get your mind right about monetizing your content, making money so that you can fuel your content creation dreams. So go to crystalprofit.com/Amy-bootcamp to register for Course Confident. And I cannot wait for you to find your friends and find the people that will be there for you. Do you see what I did there? Yeah, nice little friends segue connection. Go to crystalprofit.com/Amy-bootcamp. And I cannot wait to see you inside. Okay, let's get into today's episode. Hey y'all, I am so excited to talk to you today about Goodpods. It is my absolute favorite podcast player, and I have a special guest today who's going to tell us all about how to use Goodpods, why it is my favorite, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the features that we both love. So I invited JJ Ramberg, one of the co-founders of Goodpods, to join me. So welcome to the show, JJ.
Hi, Crystal. I'm so excited to talk to you.
So I know that you wanted to talk about some of the awesome features that the app offers. So let's talk about some of those today. Like, do I need to get my phone out and we can walk through this together?
Yeah, or for people who don't have their phones out, Goodpods has two parts. On one side, it is like any other player. You can search for podcasts, you can listen to them, you can download them, use it just like you would any other player. You can bookmark them for later, which is special to Goodpods, but you can subscribe, etc. The magic of Goodpods, though, comes from the social part of it. And so for that, think about Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. You create a profile, and your profile is everything that you've listened to. And so as soon as you listen to something, it goes to your profile. Keep in mind, you can make anything private that you want. And then you have the feed. And your feed is everything everyone who you follow listens to. So for me now, when I'm going for a run or going to get in my car, I scroll through my feed to say, oh, cool, Crystal liked this. My sister liked this. My cousin liked this. And that's where I discover new great podcasts to listen to. And then we have a feature called Groups that I really love. And that is groups of people, think of like a Facebook group, for instance, who are interested in the same kinds of things. So if you love gardening, you could join the gardening podcast group, or you love true crime, join the true crime podcast group. And through that, you can discover great new podcasts by people who like them as well. And you can also discuss things with each other in the group. There's also another way to use groups, which is, for instance, I just have a group with my 3 best friends, and we use it kind of like a book club. So we're always recommending podcasts to each other and then talking about them with each other. One last thing I want to talk about is there are two ways to add something to your profile. Either one, you listen to it, like I talked about before, or throughout the app, there are share buttons next to every show and every podcast, and you can just click on share and you share it to your feed.
That's really helpful because right after I listen to a great episode and I'm like right in that moment, I'm like, other people need to hear about this show. It was so good. So I love that you have all of the share buttons everywhere. So another question that I just thought about, if someone is brand new to the app and they have been listening to podcast, a question that they're asking themselves is, can I find my favorite shows on Good Pods? So can you kind of speak to that a little bit?
You can. It's easy. If you can find it on Apple Podcasts, you can find it on Good Pods. It's already there.
Oh, this is such great information. And I mean, I'm sold. I'm already a Good Pods user. I love it so much. But for somebody that's just listening, they're thinking to themselves, yeah, but I already use another player. Is it going to be really hard for me to move from one platform to the other? So could you answer that question?
It's not. We have a place in your profile where you can download all of your subscriptions from Apple if you're already using Apple. So just go to your profile, go to settings and scroll down and you can download them.
We could talk about the amazing features of Good Pods all day long, but I wanted to end with one final question because I know that there's a lot of people out there that are thinking, what is she listening to? What is JJ's favorite podcast? So what are you listening to right now, JJ?
For that, I tell everyone, go follow me on Good Pods. The beauty of being the founder
that's so
is
good.
get your name as your username. So it's just at JJ at Good Pods, and you will see everything that I'm listening to.
Oh, thank you so much for this conversation today. I know that people listening are going to find it so helpful and be able to use the app that much better. So thank you so much for being on the show today, JJ.
Thanks, Crystal. Good to talk to you.
I hope that you enjoyed this quick conversation with co-founder of Good Pods, JJ Ramberg, because I love seeing what all of my friends are listening to. I think it's so fun that we now have the ability to make podcasting social. No more listening by yourself and just your earbuds. I want you to share this experience with other podcast listeners. So if you're a brand new member of Good Pods, welcome to this community. You're going to love it. And I would love for you to come hang out with me. I'm at Crystal Profit on Good Pods, and go give JJ a follow and make sure you check out all of the incredible podcasts that you can find on Good Pods. Hey, Profit Podcast listeners. Thanks for sticking around to a little bit after the episode to hear this special message because I want to hear from you. We are starting a new segment called Fan Mail Shoutouts, and I want to hear from you and I want to hear your questions. What do you want to know? What questions have you been dying to ask me? So here's how to make this happen. Go to the app where you're listening to this podcast right now. Go there. I'll wait a second. Okay. Now, once you're there, you're going to see a hyperlink at the top of the episode description that says, send Crystal a text message. And that's all I want you to do. Send me a text. It could be casual, informal. It could be totally anonymous. Or if you want, you can include your name and the name of your podcast or content wherever you are creating, and I will give you a special shout out in an upcoming episode. So again, go to the show notes for where you're listening to this episode right now, and it will say, send Crystal a text message. And I cannot wait to hear from you and give you a shout out in an upcoming segment of Fan Mail Shoutouts.